No excuses. No excuses. No excuses at all. Um, it was a good fight. He went to 12 rounds. Listen, I'm gonna let you know right now. No excuses. No excuses. No excuses. All right. Ugas fought his fight, and my thing is, my expectations. If I said the word right, you know what I'm saying. My expectations was this: when Manny was about to fight, I thought he was gonna fight the fight that I see him fight. Right? No excuses. Again, not bringing up that he's old. No, 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 no. That's not the excuse I'm using. Because he went 12 rounds just like Sean Porter did. All right? He went 12 rounds just like Sean Porter did. So it's not that he's old. It's that, how can I explain this real quick? Mike Tyson. I was let down by Mike Tyson, right? When he fought Buster Douglas. He did not fight his fight. He did not fight his stylistic fight. So when I came into this fight, right, with Manny Pacquiao and Ugas, I expected Manny Pacquiao to do the things that he was going to do, like he did in 2019 with Keith Thurman. Yes, he slowed down after a while, but he slowed down around the 6, 7, 8 in those rounds with Keith Thurman. But in this fight, the first and second, once I saw the first round, I knew something was wrong. I'm going to say no excuses again. And what was wrong was that Manny was reaching for punches. Manny was reaching. He didn't use his feet. You know, I know that Manny, when he wants to get somewhere, when he wants to get his hands somewhere, he moves his feet. He either does stutter steps. In this fight, he didn't move his head. He didn't do a lot of feints. He didn't do a lot of parries. There's a lot of things in his stylistic way of fighting that he did not do. Now, of course, Ugas had played a part in that. Yes, he did. But the first, the second, the third, I'm like, Manny, I mean, even if you was winning the rounds, some of the rounds that you was winning, you wasn't winning the way I thought you was going to win, okay? Like I said, like when Mike Tyson fought Buster Douglas, he didn't do certain things. And that is what upset me. That's the most important thing that upset me, that he did not fight his stylistic fight. Like Mike Tyson moving side to side, being more aggressive inside, making traps and stuff like that. This is what I did not see in Manny. Him being old? No. Because I already said, I'm not using that excuse. Okay? He went 12 rounds and he stayed on his shield. He was on his shield. He went 12 rounds with this man. Okay? So, being old is not the situation. It's the style that he used to fight Ugas. Now, when it comes to Ugas, yes, he did his thing. He put the jab out there, but like I said, there was plenty of times that Manny Pacquiao had the opportunity to feint, parry, not so much move to this duck under and move to the side, because if you notice, Ugas didn't throw a lot of left hooks. He didn't throw a lot of left hooks for Manny to set up that situation, right? So I think this is a fair and square fight, because the way I see it, my man Manny, you see right here, I'm still supporting Manny and where he lives at in the Philippines and everything, and how he represents his country. So, like I said to my followers all the time, I said, we ain't lose nothing, okay? We didn't lose at all. We're winning because in the very get-go, they said that Manny Pacquiao didn't have the heart to fight Errol Spence or Bud Crawford, and he did that. He went looking for the hungry wolves out there, right? That's what he did. So I have no issues with that. That's not a problem. You know, let me explain how I feel right now, Okay? Jeff Horn and Timothy Bradley. I was pissed off. I mean, I was pissed off. I was so mad how they did him, especially Jeff Horn. Not so much Timothy Bradley. I mean, I thought it was I thought Manny won that or whatever. Okay, that was but when it came to Jeff Horn and the referee allowed Jeff Horn to do what he had to do. But the difference between this fight and this fight with Ugas is that Manny Pacquiao in the first, second, third, he was trying his best. He was using his tools. He was parrying. He was moving to the side. Anytime Jeff Horn would throw a hook, he would dip under and pivot and spin around. He was doing the things that he had to do to win. That's the difference, right? That's the difference of how I feel about how Manny got robbed and he tried his best and that man still could not knock him down, even cheating, okay? Now, same thing with Ugas. No, it's not the same thing with Ugas because Ugas had a game plan. He tilted over more a lot and all he had to do was go back and then and probably step back a little bit more. So he stayed in the pocket majority of the time and he shelled up really good, right? But the thing is that Manny did not do a lot of feints. I look at that fight with Ugas and I sat there and I said, first round. I'm talking about the first round. And then the second round, I was like, okay. Sometimes you see you feeling each other out and shit like that. So, I gave Manny some of the rounds. I was giving him the rounds and shit like that. But I was like, when is he going to step it up? I mean, maybe he's trying to go flat-footed and stay in the pocket with Ugas. And then later on, he starts to jump in and jump out, causing a distraction of distance, not knowing how Ugas was going to put that jab out and would it matter, moving around to the left, to the right, moving that head. See, those are the things that Manny should have done. Moved his head so when the man put the jab out and he should have feinted, he would not know exactly because the jab was hitting Manny. No excuses. No excuses. The jab was hitting Manny and was preventing him to doing certain things. But Manny usually parries, he feints, he does a lot of like I said, when you have short arms, your feet need to get you in a certain place. And he didn't do the feints and he didn't do those things that he's supposed to do. Right? Now, like I said, I don't feel like when I looked at this fight, a lot of people like in my family was mad. They kind of sad. Then it was sad for me and my channel. I said, hold on. Don't be sad for me and my channel. My channel was for Manny Pacquiao, Errol Spence, and Bud Crawford. But humiliation is not such a big deal because you know why? I don't feel no kind of way in this fight. If let's say if Ugas would fought like Jeff Horn. If Ugas had felt like fight like Jeff Horn to beat Manny Pacquiao, and I saw Manny Pacquiao doing the things he was supposed to do, using the tools, I would be pissed the hell off right now. I would be pissed the hell off. Now, there's conspiracy theories of why he ended up being in this fight. No excuses. I got no time for that right now. All right? And like I said, in this point right now, I feel good. I feel happy for Manny. Manny, see, the thing with human beings, we see the last thing that a human being does, and it can either make us happy, or it can make us sad, or it can make us turn our back on the next human being. Listen, I'm right here. You see that? Manny Pacquiao representing his country to the fullest. He's an icon, right? We could talk about the 8 divisional 5 linear and what other boxers did not achieve, right? We could say all that. But, Manny Pacquiao gave me a lot of fights within my lifespan that put something in me that I was so passionate about. You see what I'm saying? Once I'm passionate about you and I like you inside, and not just inside the ring, outside the ring, bro, you got me. I'm a diehard fan, and today I'm a diehard fan. So when Manny gets off that plane, he touched down in the Philippines, I was supposed to see a ticket ticket parade, right? Because this fight is not the end game to him and all the things that he did in his lifespan. No excuse, he lost the fight, right? But I don't feel no kind of way that he lost this way. Okay, yes, it's a certain way. It leaves a bad taste in your mouth how he lost. Just like, I love Mike Tyson. I liked him inside the ring. Yeah, when I was younger, I liked that ferocious spirit that he had and all the buffoonery and stuff like that. Yes, but like Mike Tyson said, listen, I didn't like that man when I was younger, but it made him who he was in the ring. So he can't just say I didn't like that man and push it to the side. You see what I'm saying? So, yes, I was a big Mike Tyson. Yeah, I'm still a Mike Tyson fan. But when he lost to Buster Douglas, right, I was like, what the hell? Why are you not moving your head? Why are you not fainting? Why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing that? And it's not that, man, he's old. Because I know a lot of people are going to say, yeah, well, he's old and everything. But he went 12 rounds. He went 12 rounds with Ugas, just like Sean Porter. Just like Sean Porter, right? Now, is the old thing going to come into play? But I say on my channel, no. But this is my problem. At the end of the fight, Manny Pacquiao said, we're going to look back and we're going to figure out if I'm going to be... Because, everybody got a hard on. Everybody got a hard on to hear Manny retire. And in my heart, I don't tell another man when to retire. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because he still got that. He might still have that spirit in him that he's not going to be able to release and get out. And he's not going to feel, he's going to feel like this unfinished business. He's not going to feel great. He might not feel a certain way when it comes to losing to Ugas or whatever. But what I'm trying to say is this. If you're going to continue, Manny, to fight like that, like just standing there and waiting and not executing, delaying, like setting up things before Ugas put the jab out. Because I sat there and I watched, I said, Manny, shoot. Manny, shoot. Feint. Do something to let this man put the jab out and set something, either parry the jab. Like I said, he couldn't do a lot of moving to the ducking and moving out and stuff because I noticed that Ugas didn't throw a lot of left hooks, which was smart of him. Didn't throw left hooks. Ugas stuck his torso out more, and then when Manny did not figure out his distance like he usually do with big fighters, right? With Sean Mosley or whoever, he did not. It's not that Ugas is 5'9" and he's bigger than Manny. That's not the excuse because Manny showed all his decades that he beat bigger boxers, beating bigger than Ugas. All right, De La Hoya, Manny Pacquiao moving up, I think 2 weight divisions, and I think Oscar had a drop down to light middleweight, I think, or something like that, to fight Manny. I'm not sure. In my comics, let me know. But the excuses that he's old, the excuses that Ugas was bigger, I can't use those excuses because in his past, he showed that in 2019 he beat Keith Thurman, right? And that whole stylistic fight that he had in the first 5, I could understand if he loses his grind 6, 7, 8 because he's slowing down, right? But the first 5 rounds or 6 rounds that he gave to Thurman, he didn't give to Ugas. That's it. He didn't give to Ugas. I swear these colors look nice on me. The 3 stars in the sun. I tell you this, I love this, man. I love this color, bro. So I had a good time watching the fight. I learned a lot when I watched the fight. But and the fight with Mark, boy, that was a hell of a knockout. So, and yeah, it hurts, but at the same time, it really don't hurt because all this man did for me in my lifespan, giving me good fights, enjoying the fights and stuff, that I feel no kind of way. The only way I would have felt some way if Ugas would have behaved like Jeff Horn. And Manny Pacquiao did not behave like Manny Pacquiao in the first 5 or 6 rounds. He knew the tools what he needed to do. You're going to tell me just a jab going to stop you to do everything you wanted to do? No, you know exactly what to do with a jab, but you didn't do it. Okay? That's the problem, but that's not the biggest issue. All right? And I want to say something to the Filipinos out there. Don't feel any kind of way because he lost his fight, or don't bring up no conspiracies and all this foolishness and stuff like that. Don't bring it up. Because like I said, if you watch some of my past videos, I said, we won already, bro. We won already, because a lot of people said he wasn't going to fight Errol Spence or Crawford, and he was willing to do that. He was willing to put that torch in the line for the fighters that decided to pick him. You know what I'm saying? He didn't go fight, exhibition fights and stuff like that, and he didn't do none of that. So I don't feel like I'm losing. And it's not a personal thing, because it's not about me. It's about Manny. That's the passion that I have for this man. It's about Manny and what he done and what he did. And how can I say this? When I made this channel, like I said, it's not about me. It was about Manny. I wasn't going to do no lives. I'm not doing no live chat. I'm not trying to get super chats. Like I said, it's all right with everybody else, because everybody else is doing this. My hobby was Manny. My hobby was Manny. Not speaking about all the boxers. That's my proof to you that, my hobby, my passion for my channel was because Manny was about to fight Errol Spence and Bud Crawford. And things happened. Things got rearranged. So now, how would I feel if Manny got step in the ring like this with Errol Spence? Errol Spence would beat him. I'm just being honest. If Manny had stepped in the ring like how he fought Ugas, Errol Spence would have whipped him. That's just what it is. But if he had fought like how he fought and fight Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao would have beat Errol Spence. Easy. But that Manny Pacquiao in the first second, I said, why is this man not popping up and down? Why is this man? Maybe I said maybe he's trying to reserve some more energy for the later rounds and just stay in the pocket and use his expertise. But then when the expertise wasn't coming in and he wasn't doing a little bit of feinting, he wasn't parrying the jab, I was like, what the heck is he doing? I had a flashback of Mike Tyson. I really did. Even though Mike Tyson knocked down Buster Douglas, it's like he didn't complete his mission. And I'm a big knockout fan. I'm a big knockout artist fan. Okay? And when you see someone like Mike Tyson do something and then he doesn't do it, what's going on in the back of his mind? What's stopping him and what's preventing it? Because there's nothing that Buster Douglas had for him that he could not accomplish to beat Buster Douglas. You understand where I'm coming from? So this is how I feel with this fight with Manny Pacquiao. He had the tools. He just didn't use the tools. Who knows why? Like I said, Ugas had a good jab, but a jab is not just the one-all answer. It's not the one-all answer. Yes, he had good torso movement. He knew how to move back. And Manny Pacquiao, instead of doing a stutter step and moving in to make sure jab and stutter step and jump in and make sure that he could get his shots off in the right distance and right time. He didn't execute that. So, it's very easy for me to talk about this because I don't feel like Manny Pacquiao lost, that we should feel sad for him. We should not feel sad, and we should not feel like there's a conspiracy and all this stuff like that. Like I said, Wilder, when he fought Tyson Fury the first time, I had Wilder winning. The first time, they made it a draw. It's in the record books. I said, all right. Now, I'm a knockout. I like knockouts. So I had Wilder winning when I saw those 2 knockouts. And the first 4 rounds that Tyson Fury fight, in the first fight, I felt that Fury didn't do enough. So I felt like the 2 knockdowns and the first 4 or 5 rounds, Wilder had it, and he won that first fight. But it was a draw. I said, okay. So now I'm going to base what I saw in the first fight to the second fight, and I feel that Wilder would beat Tyson Fury this time, and it didn't happen, and Fury outboxed him. Then it comes the glove, the costume was way too. It was all these excuses, right? That some channels just can't let go. They just can't let go. I'm not going that route. Okay? Yes, I have my conspiracies, but at the end of the day, it's what's written in the record book. Fury beat Wilder, and even though I felt Wilder beat Fury in the first one, it's in the record books. You know, like I could argue about the details and opinions. I could argue about the details and opinions at the baby shower. Anywhere. I could go back and forth. That's the whole idea of boxing. You know, going back and forth and stating your opinion and blah blah blah. But when the next fight comes with the trilogy, I'm only looking at what I saw with Tyson Fury outboxing Wilder. So I'm kind of edging to Tyson Fury, right? But if Wilder comes in here with a good strategic game plan and he does what he's supposed to do, then it is what it is, and he beats Tyson. But we won't know that until that time comes. So I'm giving you these examples of how I feel about, you know, you expecting your fighter to fight the style you're supposed to fight, right? Regardless if that opponent stops some of the movements that you can do, regardless of that. What I'm saying is that Manny Pacquiao did not show that effort that I expected from the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth. And another thing, I hope this doesn't mess up his election. And because, you know, people, when you lose, they turn their backs on you, man. When you lose, they turn your backs on you, and then people use that to say, well, you can't be president, and, you know, you flopped, and you this, and you that, and, you know, it leaves a bad taste in the Filipinos' mouth because Manny Pacquiao lost, and it's going to affect his election. Bro, Manny is the Philippines. I'm sorry to say that, man. But there's a couple of things I could remember that I have in my mind when I think about the Philippines. There's a lot of other things. But Manny's been doing boxing for 4 decades. And he represents the Philippines. And he did great things, not just in the Philippines, in Uganda, right? So, and he's just a good, solid person. And that's what drew me even more to him, more than just boxing. You understand what I'm saying? When you understand that, when you see somebody like a Muhammad Ali, a Manny Pacquiao, inside and outside the ring, it counts. Inside and outside the ring. Now, when I see somebody that I don't like outside the ring, but I like him inside the ring, I keep my level a certain way on being passionate on that fighter. Okay? But when you have two, in and out, oh man, yeah, you gave me great fights, brother. You gave me a lot of great fights, but I also see you doing a lot of things that one person, these regular people would not do that you're doing. And you like I said, I don't got a good vocabulary, I don't got good grammar, whatever. But I'm wearing it and I'm supporting it, and I'm saying to you, you didn't lose anything, okay? You did not lose nothing. You have a great icon champion. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame. Now, if he decides, like I said, if he decides to not retire, and you decide to fight like what you did, I would tell you to retire. Because I'll be like, yo, I'm scared, bro. I'm scared for you, man. I'm scared for you, Manny. Because if you're gonna stand there with August and give enough time, August was delaying his time of doing things, and you had enough time to set the fight your way, but you didn't. You just waited a lot. It was a lot of waiting, right? And I'm talking about in the first rounds too. So he couldn't have been that tired. I'm not talking about in the later rounds. I understand you did that in the later rounds. But from the first round to the sixth round, I saw a lot of things that I I, I didn't see, which I should have saw, but you didn't do. And that's okay. Okay, you know, sometimes that happens in boxing. Um, like I said, I have my conspiracies of this and that, but it doesn't matter. What's written in the books is written in the book. I congratulate Ugas. Cause like I always say, I like the underdog. That's another thing I like about Manny. Him being the underdog, him being the smaller man, beating the bigger man's up. And when I look at Ugas, I never had no bad saying about Ugas, man. Um, a couple of things he said about Ugas. Ugas said about Manny Pacquiao and how he took the fight away from Errol Spence and stuff like that, and them two was gonna fight, and Manny Pacquiao got in the way. Things like that. It's not a big issue, but the man, he was the underdog in this fight. I felt like he was the underdog because everybody else, not just me, but when the game plan switched from Errol to Ugas, a lot of people say, "Oh, Manny got this. Manny got this." I give it the sixth round. Everybody thought this. Everybody thought this, right? So that man being an underdog, when he won, I felt no way he won. I was like, oh man, this is a good storyline, man. This is a good. He came back. He was an underdog. People like me didn't think that he had enough to pull it out, and he did. And it might not represent the best champion or someone that have the best tools, and you might say, Errol's gonna whip Ugas and Crawford's gonna whip Ugas and blah 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 and all this stuff. But he did what he had to do, and he fought an icon, and the torch was passed to Ugas. Rather, if you feel like Ugas gonna hold the torch up for the next couple of fights he has, or he drops the torch, like I said, Manny lost to Jeff Horn, Arabi, Timothy Bradley, Morales, Mayweather. What is Mayweather did? Nothing new. That these other fighters that he fought and he lost 7 times. Regardless if it was a robbery or not, it's nothing new. Manny lost. It's not about losing. It's more about, I can't get this right now. I can't get this phone. Why is somebody calling me this time in the morning? It's too early, man. It's like 8 in the morning. Why are you calling me? I should be asleep, right? So, rather if you say, Ugas, he can't hold a torch for nothing, it's going to be blown out. The next fight he has with a top pound for pound fighter like Errol or Crawford or Bruce Ennis, which I really like. I like Bruce Ennis. I'm seeing opportunity here for Bruce Ennis. Because the way I see it, if Errol Spence is not coming back at a certain time, what are we going to do about these belts, right? So one of my fighters is Bruce Ennis. He's still learning. He's still coming up there, but that's one of my best fighters. Tank is one of my best southpaw fighters. Like I always say in my videos, I love my southpaws, whether it's Tank, Loma, whoever it is, right? So when I made this channel, like I said, this channel is 28 minutes. I'm going to drop it at 30 minutes. Humiliation, I knew that I was going to get humiliated if Manny Pacquiao loses. These are the sacrifices you take when you're a fan, when you're a Pactard, when you rooting for your fighter. These are the chances you take that people are going to get back at you. Man, that shouldn't be a problem. Look what happened to Manny. He's the one that's in the ring. He's the one that feeling some kind of way that he lost. He's feeling down. But it's as fans, as Pactards, it's our responsibility when that man feels that way and he feels like he let his people down or he didn't do this and he feel like the election might not happen. This is when you're supposed to raise your man up, okay? Because he did so much for you. This is the time for you to raise your man up and say, brother, that is not the last image in my mind. That is not the last image in my mind. Now, I fear for you if you decide to go fight like that again. If you're going to fight, make sure you do your fight the right way. Fight your fight. But if you're going to stand there, right, not move your head and things like that, well, then I'm kind of scared for you because now I'm going to put the age in and say, listen, bro, I can imagine you doing that when you're younger and then you could pop out of it and recruit. But if you're gonna stand there and you're not moving your head, you're not parrying shots, you're not using your feet to get you where you are, and stuff like that, and then I think to be careful for your health, because your health is your wealth, right? Then I'm gonna say, well then, because Manny took shots. Manny got his face beat up just as much as Ugas. Okay? They both got lumped up. And I'm worried a little bit about Manny's eye, because inside his eye he's got a little red thing right here. So he'll get checked out. But Manny's a warrior. And no one dropped Manny. No one dropped Manny except Marquez. And that took how many rounds? It took 4 fights. Okay? 4 fights for that to happen. And still at this age, none of this young, big bucks couldn't do what Marquez done when Manny Pacquiao was in his prime. That man is great, yo. That man is great, just like Muhammad Ali. That man is great. He is an icon, and I'm here to support him no matter what. I don't care if you want to take my head, put it on a donkey, and kick, right? And say I was a fool. That's petty shit. And, you know, who am I? Who am I? Look at Manny. He just lost. How do he feel? How his wife, Jinky, feel? She was scared. I saw her. You know what I'm saying? But my little humiliation, because I feel like I would take it. I'll take it like a boss. So you could go and say whatever you want. That's because this channel wasn't about me. It was about Manny. And I proved that. I don't do super chats. I don't do lives. I don't do none of that, man. So in this channel, hey, it's open until Manny Pacquiao decides to retire. Right? If I decide in the future to talk about boxing, which I'm not passionate about nobody really, to tell you the truth. I'm not really that passionate. I mean, I'm the old Mohegan, just like Manny Pacquiao is the old Mohegan. So I see boxing in a different light right now. I see boxing in a different light. I see fighters not wanting to lose their O. Not wanting to lose their O. I see a lot of blocking from promoters. I feel that boxing right now needed a reset button. And to this day, Manny represents boxing. And I want these boxers to understand losing is not a big deal. I mean, come on, Muhammad Ali lose. A lot of these great fighters lost. But if you continue to hold this 0 and don't let it go because of money situations and this and that and the networks, and you can't make a fight, then boxing would be dead. All right? Y'all need to do what Manny does and take risk. It's his passion. Just like it's my passion to talk about Manny. It's his passion. And when you have passion, you're going to have some wins and you're going to have some losses within what you're doing. That's the bottom line of it. Woo! Boy, I feel good, man. That was a good fight. I congratulate Ugas. Now, if anything in the future comes out that, you know, like, you know how Tyson Fury Wilder, and you consider this cheating, whatever, man. Whatever. I ain't got time for the bullshit, man. I don't. Okay? If I decide to do another channel, I will talk about boxing if I decide. If I decide to do that, it won't be on this channel. This channel was for Manny. This is my last video. This is my last video. Unless Manny fights again. That's it. Yeah, this is my last video. So, you know, like I said, the Filipino people, take good pride of your icon champion. Because that's what he is. He did more than any of these boxers would do. And I don't know if anybody will beat his record in the next 100 years, 50 years. I don't know if anybody will be a divisional 5 lineal. And anytime you talk about what he done, everybody will call you a pactard. Once you talk about the facts that he did these things and other fighters didn't do, they'll say, well, they didn't have the opportunity. When I asked this guy, I said, what about Best Fight the Best? Go subscribe to him. When I asked him, well, why Mayweather couldn't do a division? He said, well, Mayweather didn't have the opportunity. What? Everybody has the opportunity to do anything. Everybody has the opportunity to do everything, okay? All these boxers have an opportunity to do it. It's how you go about it, That's it. That's how you go about it. And Manny is 8 division, 5 lineal, set a lot of records, being the oldest welterweight champion. I feel like we at the head of the game. Okay? Now, like I said, if Manny Pacquiao decides to fight like this, I think he should retire. Not retire because he's old. Because like I said, he went the full 12 rounds. Not because he's old. But if you're going to fight like that, and that irritates the shit out of me. I was at the edge of my seat. In my heart was beating so freaking fast, man. I swear. And I'm getting irritated. Like, Manny, what are we waiting for? Hello? What are we waiting for? You know, had plenty of time to set shit up. Because Ugas wasn't the type, he was throwing the jab out, but he delayed taking the jab. He delayed. Oh my God. I feel so upset like how Jeff Horn. I don't feel upset like that. I'm sorry. I feel more upset like how Mike Tyson fought Buster Douglas, and he didn't put his all in, because all you needed was that. Even the first 5 rounds, that's all you needed to get that done. But everything happens for a reason, and I'm still here for Manny, and I'm passionate. And that's all I can say. Okay? Now, people are saying, oh, I can't wait to get on Castle Fuchao and tell him he's a fool. He don't know what he's talking about. I know I was talking good shit. I know I was talking good shit about Manny. Right? But the humiliation and feeling like, oh, man, I got to get and make my channel. I don't care about all that, man. I don't care a damn about that. And I'll just hope that everything works out for Manny Pacquiao and his family, and he keeps going on, breaking records inside. If he can't do it inside the ring, he will be doing it outside the ring. And that's the bottom line. So, my packed hearts out there, we had a good run, and Manny didn't retire yet, and he's not going to announce his retirement as yet. He's going to sit back, and he's going to figure some stuff out. And, hey, we can still see a Mayweather fight, right? If Mayweather feels like there's no risk in this fight, right, and he sees some things, who knows? And I'll be there to support Manny for that fight. So let's calm down. It's not the end of the world. Like I always said, we won already, right? This is just the icing on the cake. When it was come down to Errol Spence and Crawford, and showing that Manny's a warrior and he's not picking and choosing his fights, and all this shit about why he wasn't undisputed at 2018 when he could have done this and he could have done that. When I was talking to he's arguing with me, and I was just having fun with him, because my whole idea of making those 3 videos with Best Fight the Vest, the first one is to show that he was wrong about me and what he said about me, about building my channel off the backs of other channels. And I show proof in part 1 that he was wrong. Other than that, everything that I said about Manny Pacquiao is gold, is platinum, and I got nothing to do. I got no problems with that. None at all. I will not take one word back. Not one about Manny and how great he is. So, I think this is my last video. Unless Manny comes back, then I'll talk more. If not, if I start to feel like I need to talk about boxing, or I feel some kind of way about Bruce Ennis, Tank Davis, other fighters, maybe some of the drama, I'll make another channel. And I will start fresh from zero. And I won't even tell the people on this channel to come on that channel, because this channel's for Manny Pacquiao. I will start fresh. I have 4,000? Yeah, I think I got to check. I think it's 3,000 or something. 4,000 subscribers. To my followers, to the supporters for Manny Pacquiao. Yes, I was a vessel of talking about Manny and preaching that good word about Manny. Yes. Thank you for supporting me, supporting the channel. And hey, it's nothing wrong with starting over from zero. It's not it's not the destination. It's not the destination, it's the journey that I love. It's the journey, not the destination. Okay, I'm not trying to reach a goal. It's the journey and learning and you know, all that good blah 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 stuff. You know what I'm saying? So if I decide to do that, I'll do another channel. If not, hey, it is what it is. I'm on the right side, and I'm still on the right side of history when it comes to Manny Pacquiao. Because at the end of the day, that's what I support. That's who I supported. That's who I cheered for Manny, and I'm good with that. I'm good with that. It's not about the money. It's not about being right. It's not about that. Listen, I've been right in my life and I've been wrong in my life. It is what it is. That's what you call life. It's not the destination, it's the journey. Because by the time you get to your destination, you're going to wish you was going through that journey again. Because most of the destinations end not well. It just don't. Okay, so it's more the journey than the destination when it comes to I'm starting from 1 to 100. And in this channel, I did that. And the drive for me to have the ideas and creativity and speaking up for Manny and doing the things I did is because that man put the energy in me, gave me the passion because of all he did within all his fights through his decades. Okay? So, I'm here and I don't feel no way. Hey, if you want to have fun with my channel and you want to make fun of me, be my guest, man. Because like I said, Mayweather said, good publicity or bad publicity, you're going to watch me. You're going to have a joke. You're going to be mad at me. Whatever emotion that person wants to put in you, it's all good, yo. It's all good. But you would remember me. So when I make my next channel and I decide to talk about boxing and this and that, you say, oh, that's that Pacquiao. He was talking all that shit and Manny lost. That's that Pacquiao that was talking all that shit and Manny lost. But for someone on the outside seeing it that way and not seeing the inner reason why I did what I did, and I ain't do it for super chats, I ain't do it for money, I did it for the passion. Just like Manny did it for the passion to come in that ring and box and give himself another chance. That's all I'm saying. I'm out. I'm not here for you to read in between the lines. I'm here for you. Wait. I got it wrong. See, humiliation. Look, I'm not here to change your mind. I'm here to let you read between the lines. I'm out. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Come on, let's go, man. Let's do one more. If you fight the way you're supposed to. If you're not fighting, if you fight like that, then, maybe an exhibition fight or something. If you want to fight like that, that's what I'm saying. But other than that, I'm here, Manny. You want to fight again? Yo, I don't tell no man when to retire. If you want to go out on your shield, it is what it is. But you gotta do best for what's right for your family, and your family, Jinky, and your daughters and your sons. They want to see you healthy. They want to see everything go right with you. So if you decide that you can't fight in the same style that you usually do, like in 2019 when you fought Keith, then you should come up to the conclusion that maybe it's not right. Maybe it's not right. But if you have that drive and you see the force that you saw in this video, and not this video, in that fight with Ugins, and like, damn, why didn't do this? Why didn't do that? Because it could be a lot of excuses. The excuses could be like, Manny was fighting Arrow, a southpaw, and then he moved on. But guess what? Manny said, that's not a problem. So why am I coming on here saying that, I'm making excuses up for Manny? And Manny said that him switching from southpaw, his opponent being southpaw, to his opponent being orthodox, and he said it shouldn't be a problem because all his life he fought orthodox fighters. Well, then that's what he said, and that's what I'm going for. I'll be a bitch-ass nigga to come on here and say, I think that's the reason. I think that's the reason because, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So if he could go back and look and say, damn, why did I wait so long? I had plenty of opportunity here. Then, and you're going to work on some things and you still want to box and you're looking to fight top boxers or whoever. I'm here for you, man. I'm here for you. I was here for you when you lost, and I'm here for you when you win. Either way, yo, packed hard. Right here. And I'm proud of it, man. I'm proud of it. Like I'm proud of being a Muhammad Ali fan. I'm proud of it, man. I'm proud of it. Got no problems when he lost, broke his jaw, fought with Parkinson's disease. None of that. Big Muhammad Ali fan right here. Same thing. Nothing new. And when you don't get icons like this no more, and you got other stuff, and you got more drama than boxing, you got more drama outside the ring than boxing, and you got boxers fighting once or twice a year, well, then I just have to step back and look and see, do I have to, how much output, input, or whatever I'm going to put into making a boxing channel. I got to think about that, right? There's some good fighters out there, but are they an icon level, on that icon level? And do they put something in my back to stir me up, to give me energy, to feel a certain way where I could talk a lot about them? That's all that I'm saying. So listen, it's 45 minutes. Okay, I'm rambling. I always ramble. My videos be long. Don't be sad. Be happy. This is life. Life don't guarantee happiness. Life do not guarantee happiness, okay? You're going to find that. And if you feel like Manny lost and you feel like you're down, just remember all the things he's done in your life for you to make you who you are right now today and make you happy. Simple. And all that feeling of he lost go away. All that feeling of loss will go away because it's what he done that no one other boxers had done should make you feel no way. Like I said, if Ugas fought like Jeff Horn and beat Manny, I've been pissed. And if Manny wasn't trying hard enough, like how he fought Jeff Horn and trying his best, even though he was getting elbows, and then I'll be like, oh man, you know, I'm mad. I'm mad that the fight didn't happen the way I wanted to. He got cheated and all that. But nah, Ugas won fair and square, man. He did what he did. He used his tools to his advantage. He used his height. He used his jab. He used his torso moving in and this moving back. He did a lot of things that he used in his that he used, right? So, hey, Manny Pacquiao, I love you. I love your family. I love what you've done in my life. I enjoy it. I still enjoy it. I still look back at all your fights. Hey, life's not over, man. But it's how you represent your life. If you're down for somebody, you're down for somebody. Whether you're just down for that person, yo. You're just down for that person. And that's how I am with Manny. So listen, it's early in the morning. I got up. I'm hungry. I'm going to get something to eat. And I'm going to watch what these other channels are talking about. That's it. Simple as that. Like I said, if I make another channel, who knows? I'm not really, I don't know. I don't even feel like making another channel talking about boxing, but I will keep my eye on boxing. That's one thing. My eye is focused on boxing, especially what's going on with the welterweight division with Ugas, and making see how long it's going to take Errol to come back, what they're going to do with him, if he's going to take 6 months to a year back. Crawford, what's he going to do when he leave Top Rank in October? If he doesn't sign or whatever. A lot of movements. I'm still going to keep my eye on. I'm going to watch Keith Thurman because I saw Keith Thurman talking about Ellaby and he was right about that, because if you're going to do what Manny Pacquiao done, tank, go up the 2 divisions to fight 147. Manny Pacquiao done that with Oscar De La Hoya, if I can recall. If I'm wrong, just put it in the comments. But I'm pretty sure that that's what he did with Oscar. He moved up some weight divisions to fight Oscar De La Hoya, and Oscar De La Hoya moved down to light middleweight, if I was correct. So if you're great, Tank, and you want to fight Thurman, hey, Thurman's there, man. Thurman fought Manny, and he feels a certain kind of way. Like, he goes, look, I did this, I done that. You know, I would like to see that fight with Thurman and Ugas. Hey, we never know. But Ugas, he did his thing. I feel no way about Ugas. I'm not mad at him and none of that shit like that. He doing what he did. He represented his country in the bad times that it is right now with his country going on. He represented his country, his island. You know, he just did what he had to do, man. All right? So, Manny, I love you. I love your family. I enjoyed the journey. The destination is here already. Next channel I'll make on whatever. Maybe life or whatever. Who knows? But here, I'm not here to change your mind. I'm here to make you fucking get it out right. Read between the lines. Yeah. Love you.